We're gonna start running our Hello World pipeline. You can see that Hello World has been pipeline has been enabled. So this is a start button where you can start the pipeline, running the pipeline here. So let's try to wait for the pipeline to keep running. I don't have an option to pause it, so we'll have to wait for this pipeline to keep running. Meanwhile, if pipeline is running, we can discuss about other components of this specific stream analytics, like this is an alert section, the system alerts, application alerts which have been generated, the configuration, you can see the alerts have been generated here clearly. Let's go back to the pipeline. What is the status? See, the pipeline has been changed from stop to starting status, and you can see that once one pipeline has been started, the CloudTrail, the start button for all the pipelines have been disabled here because the amount of memory provided for this CloudTrail is pretty low. So which way you could run only one pipeline at a time. In my understanding, when the real product has been installed in your server, you should be able to run multiple pipelines in parallel and look at them. So let's try to refresh and see if the pipeline has been started or not. So it's still in the starting stage. Meanwhile, we can go ahead, watch the different sections. Like I'd like to show the custom function which I've created is verifying the template. So variables, transformations, you could see the one of I have, you can always create a models and save the models in the registered model. So I created a model here. You can always look at the model and you can download the PMML of that model. So if you want to see, you can always see this model here. Cancel probably. I can show that to you guys in. So you can clearly see here the pipeline, which is pretty cool. So that's the way it is. So let's try to close this pipeline and let's go to see if the pipeline has already been started, and go to the data pipeline section again. We'll have to go through this patiently because of the amount of capacity that has been provided as part of CloudTrail is pretty slow. You need to be patient to wait for this pipeline to come up here. Okay, that's cool. You could see the pipeline has been converted to active status. If you want to see the current status of your pipeline, you can always click the view summary button of the pipeline section here. So it will show you your pipeline end to end which has been generated, and you could see there are like one active stage running and 14 have been completed. And then if you want to see individual tasks, these are all the terminology of your Spark specific. Every Spark job is divided into multiple stages, and each stage is again divided into multiple tasks. So if you want to go and see in this pipeline tab, you could see the job level details, and as you see, save as new Hadoop file. The emitter which we are trying to store into HDFS is calling the save as new Hadoop API file format. You could see all the stages have been very easily successful. And if you want to see the logs of this, you can always go click on the executor link over here. You could see that you have one driver and one executor. If you want to see the log, executor log, std out of the executor log, this is the container log here. You could see like the RDD has been being processed and being stored. If you feel that there is some exception happening in your pipeline, you can always have a look at this log. And then you can see at the streaming section, I think streaming has been disabled as part of this CloudTrail environment. We can go back here. As this streaming has been run, let's try to stop the pipeline now. So we have stopped the pipeline. and let's try to see if the data has been successfully generated. So you can go to the view data section and then select the HDFS and default connection. If you remember, we have provided this directory called hello, so you can see all the files that have been created here. So you can download the file. So you can go back to the section where you can see, want to see the data of the file. So if you see part 002, cool, you can see the land value and then IP address being stored. So this is how the pipeline can be work successful.